The inspection of 7915 Westminster Abbey Boulevard. Date is November 12th, approximately 12:41 p.m. This is an inspection to determine the amount of hail damage. Immediately seeing signs of damage. Close up of that. Get that to focus. There we go. Full punctures. Obvious damage due to hail. There's another one there. You can see throughout the roof area. Puncture there. Find these throughout the entire roof covering. This is actually a test square drawn by the engineer from Donan Engineering. He has marked a couple of corners. However, as you can see, near those corners, they're obvious. Get close into that. Areas that were not marked. See if we can find some more. They're all over the place. Oh, it didn't take much looking. Okay. There's one there, he's marked. That one he marks actually looks like a blister. I would not have called that a hail hit. However, right next to it, this one, you can see marks in the asphalt. The hail, obvious chip corner here, puncture there. And he's got some other areas where he does, how do you distinguish? How do you say this is a hail hit? That this right here, which on closer examination with a full puncture is not. Well inside his test square. This area is marked. The other's not. Throughout this entire slope, very similar to this. All these little black spots. Now that there's one shingle on this roof that doesn't have damage due to hail, or at least not on this slope. Spatter. No actual dents on the off-road vents. Just very thick gauge steel. Certainly some spatter. More hail hits. Front. We're going to move to the front slope, which would be your south-facing slope. All right. Start at the bottom here. I don't see any marks other than an A marked by the engineer. I don't see anything regarding these hail hits, these obvious punctures. Full fracture here. This is not damage that has to be looked at with a microscope, as you can see on a wide view. Significant damage here. one mark made by Donan Engineering. See the fiberglass strands. It's right here. You can see the actual fracture in the shingle mat. Similar damage throughout. Again, no markings on this slope except for B, right in the center of all of this damage. Damage throughout. This is still slope A. No actual markings other than those caused by hail. I'll try and get in here where you can see some of these and see exactly how deep they are. But these are full punctures caused by hail. Not just granular loss. Fractures and punctures to the shingle mat. Alright, this is going to be our west facing slope marked G by Donan Engineering. Again, no marks from the engineer. However, as you can see, not as much damage to this slope due to the directionality of the hail coming from the southeast, but there is damage. There are hail strikes. There are punctures that are not marked. Clearly hail damage. Do not have to look hard. This is one you can actually see where the hail hit the bottom portion of the shingle and the laminated tab. This could not be misconstrued as blistering to anyone who knows what they're looking at. Or mistaken, I should say. Now we're on the rear slope facing north, which should have the least amount of damage. And you'll find on this slope full fracture. Whoa. Very slick due to granular loss. Fracture. Fractured. You're going to have more glancing blows here due to the hail. It's going to cause more chips on the edges, unlike the full punctures that you'll see on the south and east facing slopes. Still physical and functional damage to the shingle roof covering. Very obvious. Very obvious. You can see the tear in the shingle there. We're going to move back over to another west facing slope. Get this focused here. Same type damage. You're going to find some sporadic good hits. You can see the, get close into that. You can actually see the shingle mat move right on the tear as I push in there. But it has been fractured by a hail strike. Again, indirect damage. Another one where you can see the mat moving due to a fracture. Here's one that caught it right on the edge. This one you're going to see is fully punctured just because of the angle that it hit. There is a small hole right there on this fractured shingle mat. See the fractures there. Rear slope, very similar damage to the other north facing slope. It's going to be sporadic damage to the weaker portions of the shingle, such as the edges, like this guy here. No markings by Donan Engineering. However, you can see where this was clearly impacted causing fracture to the shingle. Half round, again glancing blow coming this way, knocking these granules off and causing this half round shape here due to the hailstone. And we're back around on the slope that we started, where you'll see the majority of the damage. One of the worst cases I've seen in Florida. Right here, Westminster Landing subdivision, 32835. Less than a block away from homes with similar damage, in which Donan Engineering claims that this size hail was not significant enough to have caused damage, or functional damage for that matter, to a laminated asphalt shingle. I think you can clearly see from this video that is not the case. I call that damage.